Well, hey there, and welcome to this lesson of the church video series, a series of video training that's sole purpose is to teach you how to create great videos for your church. And if you've been tracking with us, we've been talking about audio for the last couple weeks, how to shoot it great every single time. And today we're going to conclude with our audio discussion, talking about tips and tricks that's going to take your audio quality to the next level. Tip number 1, be aware of background noise. The human ear is a crazy thing because background noise isn't very audible to our ears, but to our cameras and our mics, background noise and ambient noise is always going to be exaggerated, and we have to be aware of this so that it doesn't negatively affect our final video quality. A tip for recording background noise is always to record it separately from your main track. Now, you might be able to get away with not doing this if you're shooting indoors, but if you're shooting outdoors, the background and ambient sounds are going to be very audible to your audience. And if you're cutting from one scene to another and the background noise goes from shh to shh, it's going to be very obvious that that scene had no continuity and it was just two scenes put together. Here's a little example of a video I shot outdoors for our church a little while ago. Let's take a look.
Excuse me, sir. You can't park there. Oh, I can't park here? I didn't even know. What's the problem? This parking is actually only available for single parents, visitors, and the elderly.
Yeah, okay, I'll get it next time.
Actually, you'll get it this time.
I got the hair calling every day. I got 9 lives, cat size, abusing everyone, everybody want to party. Yes, I'm bad. Yes,
So a fun little parking video, but because I was a one-man crew, everything had to be shot separately. So even during the dialogue between the two guys, that wasn't a continuous flow of acting, very, very solid acting, I might say, by those two guys. No, I had to shoot everything separately. Shoot one guy and shoot and stop, shoot another guy and shoot and stop. And because of this, the ambient sound and background noise needed to be recorded separately so that I could lay one track to make it seem like it was all continuous. So if you're shooting a video that has narrative like mine did on that one, you're gonna need background noise, so remember to record it separately. Tip number 2, the positioning of your mics. How you position your mics is gonna greatly affect the final audio quality that you capture. Now, this is a pretty obvious tip, so I'm gonna jump right to how I do it. If I'm recording someone in an interview style like this, or really anything where I need dialogue, I'm gonna use a boom mic and I'm gonna position it above their head, pointing down at them, aim right at their chin. Sometimes it's hard to be in the shoes of your subject, so I always ask them, where is the mic pointed right now, so that I can double check and make sure that it's pointed where I think it's pointed. And if they confirm that it's pointed near their chin, I know I've done it well. And this is very important if you're using something like a directional mic, like a shotgun mic, because even if the direction is a couple inches off, that's gonna greatly affect what you're capturing. Tip number 3, headphones. I once heard a cinematographer say that you don't record video with your eyes closed, so why would you record audio without using headphones? You'd just be deaf. And he makes a great point. Both your camera or your audio capturing device have headphone jacks so that you can plug in your headphones and listen to the audio that you're recording when you're shooting your video. So make sure that you're listening to your headphones, and that way if something goes wrong, you'll hear it immediately and be able to reshoot the shot. Otherwise, you're gonna realize, like I've done before, that something went wrong when you're editing on your computer when it's already too late. Tip number 4, interior sounds. Now, this is somewhat related to tip number 1 on background noise, but it's also very important, so I thought I would tackle it separately. If you're recording video indoors, you have to be aware of air conditioning, heaters, fans, and hums from fluorescent lights or any other thing, ambient background noise that your mics will pick up. If you're recording indoors, you have to be very intentional about this because you probably won't be able to hear it yourself very clearly, but your camera will, and you don't want to be recording on your editing platform later. Go to a video and hear your subject talking and hear the AC in the background going, because there's nothing you can do about it then, and that's going to be very unfortunate and sad for you, like it was sad for me when it happened to me that one time. So whenever you're recording indoors, ask yourself, is there anything on right now? And if there is, go shut it off so it's not a problem later. Number 5, getting close to your subject. The proximity between your subject and your mic is one of the biggest contributors to the quality of your sound. So if you're using a camera mounted mic that's mounted on your camera with the shoe mount, get as close as you possibly can that mic to your subject without it being awkward so that you can get good quality. And if you're using a lav mic or a shotgun mic, make sure you can get those as close as possible because the closer, the better. And number 6, manage your levels. Finally, when you're live and recording, make sure that you look at the audio levels. Cameras can display this, most of them anyways, if you activate that in your menu, and audio capturing devices can display the levels in meters as well. Just make sure that your audio levels aren't approaching the clipping threshold, because if your audio does begin to clip, there's nothing you can do about it in post. It's too late. It's over. You'll move on. You'll have to let go. It's over. So make sure that your audio levels are coming in a comfortable level below the clipping threshold. Well, that's it for this week's lesson of the church video series. If this is the first one you've watched, or if you haven't seen them all, you can head over to ProChurchTools.com and see every single video so far. And if you become a subscriber, you can get your free Pro Church Toolkit, which includes ebooks, videos, and a 10-part course on church media. So do that today, and I'll see you guys in next week's lesson.